Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff fires back at critics questioning her glam tennis looks at US Open. I'm a human. When it comes to Grand Slam tournaments, American tennis star Coco Gauff doesn't mess around with her look. The US Open is the calendar finale of the Grand Slams each year, and she said that she's planned her outfits for tournaments like this in advance. As some questioned why she gets all glammed up, having her hair and nails done for the tournament, along with coordinated outfits, Gauff defended the choice. As the saying goes, look good, play good. I don't know why it's such a big deal what women choose to do with their on-court or off-court looks. Gauff said in a Vogue Beauty Secrets video, I'm a human. Tennis is what I do, but it's not who I am. And I like to express my way just like any other person likes to express themselves. Gauff added that it's very rare she has all three areas of her look planned, hair, nails, and outfit, but she is focused on that just as much as preparing for her opponents. For me, that's just showing up on court being the best version of myself. But I definitely think if women want to do that, they should be celebrated and not persecuted for it. Gauff said. Gauff, who is ranked third in women's singles at the US Open, won her first two matches to move on to the third round this Saturday against number 28 Magdalena Frech. During her second-round match against Croatian Dana Vekic, which ended in a straight-sets victory for Gauff, 7-6, 7-5, 6-2, she sported a red New Balance top with a red band around her waist, accompanied by a white skirt. She also had on a maroon headband and armband during the match. It was the same look she had in her first-round match against Australia's Ajla Tomljanovic. Gauff is hoping she can show off her style with another US Open win, having collected the women's singles title in 2023. She also won the French Open this year, another Grand Slam on the schedule. Coco Gauff fires back at critics questioning her glam tennis looks at US Open. I'm a human. The lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium always shine brighter during the US Open, but in 2025, they seem to glow with a special intensity when Coco Gauff stepped onto the court. Not just because she was the reigning champion and one of the sport's most electrifying players, but because her very presence challenged a long-standing tension in women's tennis, the balance between athleticism and appearance, between grit and glamour. And this time, Coco had heard enough. A night of questions beyond tennis. It began innocently enough, the way it often does. After a dominant third-round win, Gauff walked into the press room in a sleek black jumpsuit, her braids adorned with subtle gold accents. The ensemble was sharp, polished, unapologetically glamorous, more reminiscent of a runway than a locker room. Social media immediately lit up, but not all with admiration. Too focused on looks. Is this tennis or a fashion show? She should care more about her forehand than her eyeliner. By the next morning, headlines started dripping into the media cycle. Analysts debated whether Coco was distracting herself with image. A former champion made a pointed remark on a broadcast. When you're winning, nobody cares what you wear. But the moment you slip, those distractions catch up. Coco, just 21 and already a Grand Slam champion, had dealt with scrutiny before. But this struck differently. Not about her game, but about her right to be herself. So, when she walked into the interview room after her fourth-round win, she didn't wait for the inevitable question. She leaned forward, her voice steady but charged with conviction. I know people have been talking about my outfits, my makeup, my hair. And I just want to say this. I'm a human. I love tennis, and I love competing, but I also love fashion. I love expressing myself. Why should I have to choose? The room fell silent. Reporters scribbled furiously, some nodding. Coco wasn't just defending her choices. She was rewriting a narrative. The history behind the criticism. Women's tennis has long wrestled with double standards. From Suzanne Lenglen in the 1920s, criticized for daring to play in shorter skirts, to Serena Williams facing backlash for her iconic catsuit at Roland Garros. The sport has often policed how women present themselves. The idea lingers that glamour equals distraction, that style undermines seriousness. Male players can grow wild beards, wear bold sneakers, or cut sleeves off their shirts without drawing moral judgment. But when women embrace self-expression, It becomes a referendum on their professionalism. For Coco, this wasn't just noise. It was history repeating itself. I grew up watching Serena. Gauff explained in another interview. She showed me you can dominate and look good doing it. You can be powerful and glamorous. Why can't that be celebrated instead of criticized? The match between style and substance. The irony, of course, was that Coco's tennis at the U.S. Open was as sharp as her wardrobe. Her footwork looked lighter than ever. Her backhand drove through the court like a blade. In the fourth round, she dismantled a seeded opponent in under 90 minutes, showing poise and power that belied her age. If anything, her style seemed to fuel her confidence. A flash of glitter on her nails didn't slow down her serve. The flowing lines of her dress didn't soften the ferocity of her forehand. Instead, they told a story. Coco wasn't compartmentalizing herself into athlete and young woman. She was merging the two. Social media divides. Online, the debate raged louder than in the press room. On one side, fans celebrated her boldness. Coco Gauff is bringing main character energy to the U.S. Open, and I'm here for it. She's proving you can be elite and stylish. Stop acting like confidence is a liability. On the other side, critics insisted that focus was slipping. This is why Swiatek keeps beating her. Too much attention on glam, not enough on tactics. The sport is about results, not outfits. Coco noticed the chatter. Of course I see it, she admitted later. But you learn pretty quick to separate noise from truth. The truth is, I know how hard I work. No outfit can cover that up. Her words that struck deeper. When Gauff said, I'm a human, it echoed beyond tennis. She was reminding the world that athletes, especially women, are not machines programmed solely for performance. They are layered, multidimensional people who deserve the freedom to express identity outside their stats. Her words became a rallying cry, reposted across platforms, quoted by celebrities, even printed on fan-made signs at Flushing Meadows. I'm a human. The mental toll of perfection. The scrutiny isn't just unfair, it's heavy. Female athletes are often held to impossible standards. Play flawlessly. Look modest but appealing. Market yourself, but never seem self-absorbed. For Coco, who rose to global fame as a 15-year-old, the weight of those expectations had built quietly for years. I think people forget I was a kid when I started, she reflected. Imagine being 15 and hearing strangers critique how you dress or style your hair. Now I'm older. I realize it says more about them than me. But back then, it hurt. Her resilience has been forged in those fires. Each criticism became fuel, shaping not just the player she is, but the person she insists on being. A broader movement. Coco's stance at the 2025 U.S. Open tied into a wider cultural shift. Naomi Osaka had already spoken about mental health and identity. Serena Williams' fashion statements had long pushed boundaries. Off the court, athletes like Sha'Carri Richardson in track and field embraced bold self-expression despite relentless judgment. Gauff's message landed at the intersection of all those voices. It wasn't just about her. It was about every young girl who wanted to play hard and shine bright without apology. The turning point moment, the true crescendo, came in the quarterfinals. Facing Iga Swiatek under the lights, Coco wore a deep emerald outfit designed in collaboration with Nike, paired with subtle sparkle at her eyes. Commentators mentioned the look before the first point was struck, but as the match unfolded, the conversation shifted. Gauff fought through a grueling three-set battle, saving match points with fearless hitting. Every forehand winner, every fist pump, seemed to rebuke the notion that fashion diluted focus. When she sealed the win with a running backhand pass down the line, the crowd erupted. It wasn't just a tennis victory, it was a cultural one. The next morning's headlines read, Coco Gauff wins quarterfinal thriller in style literally. Critics retreat, fans rejoice. By the time she reached the semifinals, even some critics softened their stance. Analysts admitted that maybe her confidence and creativity on the court were linked to her willingness to embrace the same off-it. Fashion wasn't a distraction, it was an extension of identity. Fans filled Arthur Ashe wearing glitter-eye decals, braided headbands, and outfits inspired by Coco's U.S. Open looks. The stadium itself became a stage of solidarity. Coco's own reflection.